They know I got them vibes, so you know them fans watching me.
Stay in my chat with the shits. Oh, they must think they can stop me. See, we got rods on the scopes. Now don't get sniped out the lobby.
He is not on me now. Tell me, what do you see?
We send the vibe through the nation. LIP and our blood. We in the sky with this shit. To think it came out.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
100% vibes, don't bring that bullshit my way. Try your luck, go against the vibe. Where you fuck, you gon' think I'm Mike Grable the way I make them tighten up. You'll be lucky.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
You should read more, though I choose to live in peace.
Yo, comedy 2 times was first. I know he turned today. Risky Robert, what up?
I let it out to explore. They say the ops on the way. I see one, I know it's more. They just ran inside a building. My EMP gon' deploy. Make a panic, play support. Crypto going manic. They trying to figure out how I do assault damage.
Derek going crazy with the stickers. The D. He said my provider on point. Oh, Bob. Hey, Bob, I see y'all got the tournament this weekend. I'm going to be out of town, but I'll try to pop in and check y'all out while y'all working. It's going to be a very short stream today. Shotbybuddha is. Got some family stuff lined up for the weekend, so I will not be live again until probably Sunday night or Monday. Yo, Rendu, Tracy Royal Rod, what up? Hey, Rendu just over here waiting on Aaron Rodgers. Oh, for sure, Bob. It give you content too. You know what I'm saying? Like when you got stuff going on, you got content you can do that you can get. He said level 24. Man, it's all from offline stuff. That's all I really been doing is like grinding a little bit of these offline things, trying to get this trying to get John Madden maxed out. I don't know if y'all did it. You can do the Marcus. If you put that journeyman ticket in, it's gonna boost all your people. And then that Marcus Peters. I don't know if anybody knows, especially if you got Chiefs or Ravens theme team. But Marcus Peters is cracked out. I don't know if y'all know. I can hold a baby and comment in the game. Yeah, but Marcus Peters go up to 98 speed, and he's the only player that gives 1 AP inside shade and 0 AP pick artist. So you put this dude in the slot, he's going to like wild out. If you have Ravens or Chiefs or Rams TT, this dude is like literally going to be on drugs. I got him as my 4th corner in the slot because I got Sauce Gardner in my regular slot. Dog, somebody run that PA slot cross, Marcus Peters could be sitting there like Droopy. You gotta like, I don't know if y'all know when y'all go to y'all when they drop players, but if you go to the screen it says missions, you can go to like whatever is out that's new. Like you go to like missions and then you click on it, and then it tells you everything you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like it literally tells you everything you can do. Risky Robert said, boo, tomatoes. D'Angelo, Stat Man, Charles D, Michael G. Yeah, but this ain't gonna be no long stream, maybe like a couple hours. I'm just gonna go through stuff like that. Then you get them little tokens and upgrade them. Josh Lambo. See, like this, like John Madden, you click on John Madden and it says you need 10,000 yards with John Madden in the lineup. So I need like 4,000 yards rushing to get that last token, or I need 20 more touchdowns. We're gonna get 20 touchdowns here, and I'm gonna show y'all how. All you have to do is go find, like, something in challenges that you've already done and put it on rookie and just spam it. You know what I'm saying? I know some people might be like, that's a waste of time. But okay, you're going to get a 99 player for taking like 10, 15 minutes and just spamming a challenge. Why not? That's what the pros do. I watch them do it on Twitch. They'll literally just go in somewhere and spam some shit and get their guys maxed out.
I've been told by all of my OGs, trust the process. I've been killing it back to back, that's why they loving the content.
Nah, you don't need a game changes token. It give you like some upgrade shit. It's the same way the one with Madden. He said watch Wrong Side of the Tracks on Netflix. I'll check it out. Pretty babe, appreciate the follow and the reaction. At the moment, I got 3 cornerbacks with pick artist, acro, and mid. Knockout for 2 AP. Man, bro, if you see my abilities list right now with the team, this shit is ridiculous. Hey, look, Gen 2. I don't know about y'all, but once you get this John Madden to the point you can get 0 AP inside stuff on him, I only got 2 more tokens to completely max him out, but Tier Tart is an account-bound free player from weekly wild cards. He gets 0, so both of them is 0 AP inside stuff. I took that Sam Adams and turned it in. If you got that journeyman token on Keyshawn is 98 speed with 0 AP inside shorty and elite. Then I got Calvin Johnson. Once he get maxed out, bro, you yeah, the way they got this game this year is like you can pretty much like max the team out 99s with the right abilities, just stuff out here. Yeah, CD Lamb is cracked out. Y'all got Gasecki, and that's an upgrade. Like you get rid of Janu for 12 and get Gasecki for 9. That's a win. Yep, Bob, you're right. Look how many abilities I got, dog. I got 0 AP. If you ain't got this Reggie White, you smoking rocks right now. Bugatti, Pizza Man, Gabby, and Equation, what up? He got Edge Straight Elite and no outsiders for 0 AP. Sertan got Deep Zone Knockout, Pick Artist, and Acrobat for 2 AP. And he got X Factor. Jalen Ramsey got Deep Zone Knockout, Pick Artist, and X Factor for 1 AP. I would have put like Sauce Gardner got better stats than both of them, but both of them got Deep Zone KO. See, this Sauce Gardner, the last one that they dropped, had Deep Zone KO for 1 AP. I have no clue why they gave him an upgraded card that didn't have Deep Zone KO. So I just got Acrobat and Pick Artist for 1 AP. Minka got Acrobat and Pick Artist for 1 AP. Derwin got Mid Zone, Deep Zone, and Pick Artist for 2 AP. When you put the Journeyman, it makes this Leon Sandcastle. If you don't have Kim's for him, 99 speed. He got Mid Zone, Deep Zone, and Pick Artist for 2 AP. 0 AP inside stuff, 0 AP inside stuff. MP got Inside Shade. He's the only person that got Inside Shade for 1 AP. And Pick Artist for 1 AP. Arden Key got Lurker for 0 AP. With that Journeyman, he's like 97 speed on the edge. Jadavian Clowney, I got no outsiders and edge threat on him. So I got no outsiders and edge threat. Look, I got 2 no outsiders on the edge and 2 edge threat elites and 2 inside stuffs when I go nickel. All for 2 AP. Like this is crazy, like the way that Madden is doing this. You see what I'm saying? Like, think about it. My left end has no outsiders and edge straight elite. My 2 interior tackles got inside stuff, and then Reggie White got edge straight elite and no outsiders. Has 6 abilities for 2 AP, and it's like a maxed out defensive line. Like, that is crazy. Hey Bobby, stop playing with me, man. You gonna have to turn with me over KB. All right, Tariq Woolen, I got Pick Artist. I took the flat zone K off of him only because I wanted to put that inside shade on MP. Harold Landry got edge threat for 0 AP. Roquan got lurker for 0 AP. And if you don't know, like this Roquan and some of these cards got like 32 team Kims. Joey Porter Jr. got it too. He got 0 AP pick artist and 0 AP pick artist. Bro, I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 abilities for 12 AP. Like, Madden is getting out of control, bro. Like, 29 abilities and 3 X factors. I got 32 abilities on a team for 12 AP. Like, this is just nuts, bro. Guru started popping them. D4, Tay Lucas. He said, not gonna lie, with picking up Minshew, I wouldn't mind the coach picking up best player any position this year, or even trade down and load up with other positions, ride Minshew for the season and draft a quarterback next season. I mean, Nathan, then you start to see why I said I'm fine with Josh Dobbs and Malik Willis playing next year if we move Tannehill and save the money. If we gonna load up the rest of the team and Derrick Henry, Byard, and Jeffrey Simmons is still Titans. Because at the end of the day, like, if you don't get the guy you want, it's not gonna matter who you draft at QB. Like, if you really wanted CJ Stroud and you couldn't get him, or you really wanted Bryce Young and you couldn't get him, you're gonna be sick if you sold the farm for Richardson or Levis or any of these other guys. You better off taking like Max Duggan later in the draft, like 5th or 6th round, and drafting the rest of the players that you need, because you already let Paris Campbell go. T.Y. Hilton left last year. Like, all the players that was young stars that you thought was going to be the next level is gone. So, ABR, what up? 020. He said Minshew probably better than Matt Ryan. For the price, you could make that argument. As a player, no. See, Matt Ryan's problem is they thought that Matt Ryan was gonna come in and world beat at that position and just blow the division out because he had the most experience in the division. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there is like having like a coach that's like on the way out in a team that's like has like no glue to it. When I looked at the coach on offense the year before, it was just Jonathan Taylor, no JT. They just didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like Naeem Hines going up getting traded to the Bills. So you send your backup running back to the Bills, and Jonathan Taylor got burnt out last year from just them pounding him in the dirt. And now what do you got? Like, your game plan is like a bunch of young receivers and expecting Matt Ryan to go out and just like throw for 300 yards a game and win you games. That wasn't a smart game plan. You said Trevor Lawrence, I better be getting a Vice shirt at 1,000 days. 900. You got 8 days away, bro. Yo, Slippery Kai, Dragon Master, Josh Mack, Blicky, what up? I mean, I'm down to just sit here and grind out these little challenges and talk off-season football. That's kind of was the game plan for today, because I gotta go get my kid out of school early so we can get busy on what we need to do. So I'm in the Disky. Anybody got any questions? Anything they want to talk about NFL offseason? I'm here. Tennessee Titans fan base is a little upset. Well, I ain't gonna say a little upset, a lot upset after we seen them re-sign. After we seen them re-sign Nick Westbrook and Aaron Brewer, we were told that we were trying to get size and speed, and that was the number one game plan for Tennessee this year getting started. And here we are bringing back guys that don't have size and speed. He said, let me see head-to-head first. He said Jim Irsay was drunk when he made that plan. Yeah, I mean, this was the coach. You didn't expect Andrew Luck to retire. You called his bluff and he quit. Then Phillip Rivers came in and saved the day because Phillip Rivers was good enough to do it and still make them a playoff team. Then Phillip Rivers got one left in and he's like, all right, I'm done. And you turn around and get Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz couldn't do it. You gave up a first round pick because Carson Wentz was gutting it out to get them $40 million. He stayed on the field 75% of his games, and then they had to give up a first round draft pick and pay him. Then they wind up saying, oh no, we got to get up out of this. Then your young quarterbacks that you had was Brissett and was Ellinger. That didn't work. Then they had to do it from Georgia. That didn't work. Then so you run out and get Matt Ryan and say, all right, Matt Ryan's going to come in and Brett Favre this thing or something. And then you lose T.Y. Hilton and JT when he gets there. And then like Paris Campbell and Michael Pittman Jr. are like kind of banged up throughout the season. It's like it imploded on their face. Then they sat Matt Ryan so they didn't have to pay him no bonuses, which was kind of Bush League. Because if you go back and look at the numbers, even though he wasn't winning games, Matt Ryan was putting numbers up throwing the football. So there's like, well, he ain't gonna put up numbers and then in a losing effort, and then we still got to pay him. So they sat him. It's like, bro, like, what was the sauce, bro? Like, just go get the oldest, most like tenured quarterback on the market, pay him, and hope he's just gonna come in like 3 weeks of training camp and just turn into like this wily veteran that throws for 4,000. Like they thought they was gonna be Tom Brady, but they didn't realize like they put a coaching staff, offensive coordinator, and a complete team around Tom Brady with intentions on trying to win in a short window. They did not do that for Matt Ryan. Michael Pittman Jr. is a dog, but I'm saying like him and Matt Ryan was putting up numbers, but it's like you put up numbers in a losing effort because they changed their game plan to go strictly around Jonathan Taylor, and then Jonathan Taylor goes down and you already traded Nyheim Hines. So now like what do you do? Like there's no threat that you finna kill nobody running. So you know you gotta let Matt Ryan throw for 300-400. But when you do that and you're saying my game plan every week is to try to throw for 300 yards, when you meet a team that got a good secondary and a good pass rush, like when we beat the Colts, it wasn't like he played bad. It was Bud Dupree or somebody's like hitting him and the ball's coming out like flailing in the air for pick sixes and shit. Like that's what happened to Matt Ryan when we played them. He was taking a bunch of hits. He was getting hit every play. It's that same story for Derrick Henry in the top. Exactly. They ran him in the dirt, and then when it was time, when we got to the playoffs and everybody was healthy, Ryan Tannehill was closed his eyes and threw the ball to Jesse Bates to start the game. Yo, Lala, Sebastian, Mixed Blog, T. Arthur, Dante, Mr. Constein, Derek A, So Amazing, Robeezy, Nevin, what up? Cooper Rush, 2 years, $6 million. Now, Cowboy fans, look me in the eye. Look Shotbybuddha in the eye and tell me that you wouldn't have Cooper Rush out there for $6 million for 2 years and deal off Dak Prescott and cut Zeke and take them $50 million and go build the rest of y'all roster and draft a quarterback this year. I guarantee in 18 months the Cowboy fan base would be so much happier if they did that. And when people sit here all day and argue with me about overpaying these mid quarterbacks, that's all I'm simply saying. I'm not hating on y'all favorite quarterback. I'm not hating on your team. I don't wish y'all to lose every game, but I seen it and I sat and watched. And Bobby Malik in the chat, we in the AFC South, we seen it. The Jaguars got Doug Peterson, and he said, we're not going to get Tebow. We're not going to get any of these other guys. We don't bring in Ramsey back. They're going to draft that quarterback. They're going to draft their running back. They're going to deal off their talent and get picks and start building a team. And then when they start seeing those guys start to improve, you go out and get some free agent signings. And you bring in talent, and lo and behold, you got a team that can compete. It's really not that hard. When you make it harder than that, you put yourself in harm's way in the NFL. It's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. Putting a Band-Aid on it instead of ripping it off and saying it is what it is. Y'all let Naeem Hines go because you had you thought you was gonna get capital back with Jonathan Taylor leading the league in rushing. So if you got the league leading rusher and you deal off a guy that could be a starter somewhere else, you get capital back to go put more talent around what you got.
Same defense.
Oh, for sure, Bobby. Y'all never recover from luck because y'all just kept trying to like put duct tape on it. Kirk Cousins, Daniel Jones, Dak Prescott, Ryan Tannehill. It's the same thing, dog. It wouldn't really be a big switch in the production though, Mike. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's all I be saying. I don't know why people like be butthurt about me saying that about their team. Nehemiah Nesgard, Carlton, Sensei, Malik, Jaws. I said the same thing about the Titans when we paid Tannehill all that money. I said, oh shit. Jarrell Casey and Logan Ryan was 1 foot out the door the moment the ink dried. I was like, all right, secondary gets worse, defensive line gets worse. What happens? Then you stuck reaching after that. Look at the deal Heineke got. Heineke was one of the only quarterbacks that beat the Eagles last year. He balled out against the Eagles with lesser talent. They got him and Desmond Ridder on contract next year for $11 million. Hello, they get to go get Jonnu Smith. They're probably going to go sign a big cornerback and probably another receiver, and they're probably going to get more in the draft. And they got Cordero Patterson back there. Like, hello, like, stop blowing all your money on these guys that can't win in the playoffs. He said really not that hard when you got Trevor Lawrence. But I'm saying they didn't continue to try to go and get veteran after veteran after veteran. They said, wait a minute. Let's take our lumps. We're going to deal off a 1,000-yard running back. There's a starter in the league. We're going to go draft our guy, and we're going to develop him. That's exactly what they did. When they brought Trevor Lawrence in, they got Travis Etienne right with him. So it's like, all right, you got your crutch. Here's your running back you familiar with. And then once they both got healthy, they went and got Evan Ingram. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's the tight end, the running back, and the quarterback. Let's make it simple. You got Christian Kirk in the slot with speed. Now they'll find some guys on the outside that'll complement whatever they already got. And there you go. There's your team.
Y'all know the vibe.
Yeah, they didn't give Hines a chance. I don't know why they took him if they drafted James Cook anyways. But he did. They do, Sebastian. He said support small businesses. Please help me grow. No. Yo, Thrive, what up? Don't count me in. Yo, Abstract, Brian Jerome, Jaws. What's good, Thrive? You think Jags go defense in the first round? It depends. They let that tackle go to the they let their tackle go to with the Chiefs. They may draft offensive tackle or best available. I can see the Jags, like, I don't know what position that they would want. I think they take best available though. Is that Miles Jack? Hey, if you want to pay $16 million for Bud Dupree to play half the season and stand up rush, go ahead. He good when he healthy. That's the problem. Abstract, what up? This man, Abstract. Bro. Don't make me pull them Derek Carr highlights back up. More like a low light.
You know you headed to the lobby, right? Sorry for your awful fight. I admit it was easy.
I think the Raiders gonna draft a quarterback though. I wouldn't be surprised.
Made it out of sniper range. Level 1 knockdown shield. It's been 7 minutes in the fucking game. I'm devoted. Hit you with the devotion.
I would not be surprised.
Quick motion. Now I'm headed with the wind to your partners, but I'm focused. See, Goat just hit that beast on the hunt. Ghosts is ghosts. We reloaded, blow the EMP, and we done. They know I got them vibes, so you know them fans watching me.
Jake Hayner. He said Arthur ain't give but 15 million. Hey, Arthur Blank ain't playing the radio with y'all ass, bro. Arthur Blank a mobster, man. Like, he ain't playing. Arthur Blank is not playing with y'all, bro. Y'all better leave Arthur Blank ass alone. And that's the dude. Arthur Blank looked like he called a hit out on folks if they don't do what he needed to do. Arthur Blank looked like he looked you in your eyes and said, "Look, take care of it." What you want me to do, Arthur? I said take care of it. Arthur Blank looked like he take care of the problem. Y'all ain't got no choice but to be aggressive in free agency. Y'all should be aggressive in free agency. Y'all got no reason to not be aggressive in free agency. Y'all got money free. Titans gonna trade up for CJ? I don't see it. Austin Eckler on the market, so, and Zeke. People gonna be able to get them guys for a short deal, cheap. Ain't nobody finna sell the farm for Henry. The Bears already traded out to the Panthers. Like, the Texans is not trading the second pick so we can take the quarterback they want. Man, what guru started popping? Bro, if the coach take Will Levis, I'll be so happy. They ensuring they gonna be trash for another few years. He ain't it. We ain't got no, like, bro, Derrick Henry run for 1,600 yards next year. He'll eclipse 10,000 yards as a Titan. And probably pass Eddie George in all-time rushing in the franchise. They're not finna fuck that up. They know we're not gonna win next year, so why not that be one of the milestones of the next season is Derrick Henry hitting 10,000 yards. They'll have T-shirts and a homecoming game and all kind of stuff for it. Anthony Richardson gonna be like Bobby. Like we in the SEC, dog. I think Anthony Richardson look like a deer in the headlights against LSU and some of these teams in the big moments when he came down the stretch in games. The reason why I like Bryce Young and CJ Stroud, when the game is on the line, them dudes will like pull a Houdini act, get out, shake three people in the backfield and throw a 70-yard rope. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're expected to throw for 300 yards a game to win games, and they throw for 300 yards a game to win games. I just don't see how you're going to take somebody who in their wins is like 170 yards passing, like 15 of 23 or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that may work every now and then, but I'm not wasting no first round draft pick on that. Saron, what up? You said Josh Allen potential. I think the Panthers is going to take Stroud. I honestly think that the Panthers are going to take CJ Stroud. And for real, I think the moment that Bryce Young or CJ Stroud is announced as the first overall pick to the Panthers, they'll instantly be better than Derek Carr. Change my mind. Driller.
Listen to Chill Hop with your screen lock
Driller.
And study
What up?
uninterrupted.
Hey, look, I know y'all be on my neck and on my top about it, but hey, man, prove me wrong, man. Prove me wrong. I'm about to do it solo. Yeah, Gators talent was sus. But I mean, like, that team with Trash, Kadarius, Tony, and Kyle Pitts, people don't understand how good that team was. Unless you was in the SEC, you knew how good they was. But look at Tatted talking about light the beam. Man, Sacramento Kings going nowhere fast. You heard it here first. George Winnie, what up? Tatted, you heard it here first. What up, though? How the family doing? I mean, abstract. People want to. He said Titans 4-13 next year, cameraman. They won't be 4-13. Look, if they deal Tannehill and they don't get Trey Lance or they don't draft a QB, Titans will win 6 games, and I'm fine with that. Derrick Henry will hit his 10,000 yards and get a statue. said resting with them on, man. Just a little off-season talk stream, couple hours. I gotta get my daughter out of school early today. What, draft Liddy? Yeah, because everything else is dead. You say Panthers. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for some of these teams. Like the Panthers finally traded CMC and trying to finally like gonna draft a guy to get over. Like, let's play. Let's go back in time. George, what up? Like, let's play. Let's go back in time. Once upon a time, there was a year. It was 2015. Shotbybuddha was had his store in the mall. Steph Curry and Cam Newton gear was selling out so fast I couldn't order enough of it. I literally had a section in the front of my stuff with nothing but Steph Curry and Cam Newton. I had Cam Newton beanies, I had Cam Newton socks, I had Cam Newton sweatshirts, I had Cam Newton t-shirts, and every version of it that I put out sold out faster than I could blink. I could bat my eye. 2015, Cam Newton MVP goes to the Super Bowl, lose to Peyton Manning. That year was the last time Derek Carr threw for 30 touchdowns. Fast forward 8 years later, Cam Newton has got a podcast and a bar in Atlanta and is an investor and a podcast host. Derek Carr just got a $40 million deal, even though he still, to this day, has not won a playoff game. This is the NFL. This is the NFL. He said, I heard what first? I heard what you just say? I said there's no chance that the Sacramento Kings do anything in the postseason. I want to be able to say, hey, at least have a defense stop the run. We never could stop the run. He said, hey, yo, Trey Lance, though. Reason why I say Trey Lance is because, like, the teams that are going to get better are the teams that either draft the right quarterback or don't overspend on the quarterback, right? All right, so Trey Lance is only due a $10 million cap hit this year, right? Trey Lance, Josh Jacobs, and Malik Willis would be $12 million to the Tennessee Titans next year. They cut ties with Tannehill and save $19, $20 million and get draft picks back. Are you following? I'd rather spend $10 million on Trey Lance and see if he, in like year 3, has developed and had enough time under a good franchise to be ready to be a starter. And I'd be willing to risk having some tough games with Malik at quarterback or Josh Dobbs than I would on spending $40 million or $30 million to see a game manager manage close games that we should win, lose all the games when we play tough competition, and then when we get to the postseason, knowing that they can't beat Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow, like, we know it's a foregone conclusion before the game starts. At that point, why would I not want to build the rest of my roster and just say, hey, when the roster is built, we'll give up our first round pick this year and next year, or we'll drop a player and go get our guy. It's pretty much that simple. Like, the teams that get better do that. The teams that don't get worse. He said that was his MVP year. Sadly, he got hurt. That they would have beat Houston. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. That Cam was the best quarterback for the Panthers. They hurt his shoulder. But see, if you remember, the Panthers played the Broncos the repeat game to start the season off the next year. And I don't know what I'm still to this day saying it was some bounty gate shit. The referees let the Broncos hit Cam Newton so many times after the whistle in that game. They let him hit. They let him double team hit. They was hitting him in the helmet. They knocked Cam Newton out of the first game of the season the next year. He never was the same physically. But Luke Kuechly wound up, and Davis, like, everybody that was a star on the Panthers wound up getting hurt, and then they sent Josh Norman. That was the Panthers. The Panthers haven't recovered since then. You see what I'm saying? Like, Like Panthers haven't recovered as a team since that happened. No, they wouldn't be doomed. They'd be smart. He's only getting $800,000. Like, listen, with the roster that they got by them not losing Deebo Samuel, do you realize that Brock Purdy didn't lose any games? Like, what is Jimmy Garoppolo doing? Is a great game manager. I like Jimmy Garoppolo as a quarterback. Brock Purdy's doing the same thing. He's just younger and up until the point that he got hurt, he was healthy. He was making smart decisions. He got a really good coach. That's what you want. Why in the hell you wouldn't want a quarterback on a rookie deal to be a starter? If Brock Purdy winds up starting, you don't even have to pay him shit, bro. Like, you can literally pay him nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the 49ers can keep Trey Lance and have Trey Lance and Brock Purdy next year and only be spending $10.8 million at the quarterback position. Like, that's smart. Like the Falcons have Taylor Heineke and Desmond Ridder. It's going to be like $11 million on the books next year. That is the way to go. Purdy looked like the guy to me, Bobby. Sometimes it just happens. The guy comes in, he's like, oh, it's because on it. So what? Hey, look, you got the right guy on the right team and it worked. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth trying to find something else that just because you drafted a guy here or just because you paying a guy here, you go with the worst option for your team. Maybe he just fits what they do the best. Did Michael Orr said Trey never looked like him to me? See, like, Trey never looked like him, but it's like, to me, you know, dealing with a young guy, dealing with injuries, like, do you really plant your foot in the dirt? And when he was out there, like, and sometimes he didn't look like he looked like he could be it. And this is my thing. Am I really going to spend $30 to $40 million on Tannehill, Carr, any of these guys, Kirk Cousins? Bro, I'm just not interested. And I know y'all be disagreeing, but I'm not interested in spending $40 million for somebody to game manage that's going to check it down every time anyways. You see what I'm saying? Like the Vikings just blew their Super Bowl window on a quarterback that had Jay Jettis, Hawkinson, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, fourth down, game on the line. He's checking it down for a 2-yard pass anyways. It's the same thing Josh Dobbs is, except we just saved $30 million, $40 million. Good life. Promote Edward B. Justice. You see what I'm saying, Bobby? Like, what is Tannehill gonna do, or what has Tannehill done that Trey Lance wouldn't do in a situation where you got Derrick Henry running for 2,000 yards, and if he's in the lineup, and if Derrick Henry got his hands on his thigh pads, standing in the backfield, you're gonna get a single high safety look and man coverage on the outside. So, like, insert a healthy Trey Lance into that Bengals game that we lost. I'm saying Trey Lance not throwing 3 picks. I'm saying Brock Purdy not throwing 3 picks. I'm saying Josh Dobbs will take the sack before he throw 3 picks, and we still win the game because he don't throw 3 interceptions. Oh, Steven, this is solo. It's not even a real game. This is just me trying to get the John Madden card to 99. Yo, Justice, Uplifting Souls, what's poppin', my boy? See, like, I'm of the opinion of give me a good defense, a running game, and skill players, and I can take a game manager and win games before I overpay for somebody and have less talent. And now I'm on the books tied to a quarterback that may or may not get me there. And odds is, in their career, they haven't. And then you're going to watch a team like the Bengals and the Bills and the Ravens and the Chiefs and the Chargers, all the team and the Jaguars, everybody who drafted a quarterback and developed them and put talent around him, they are the new faces of the league. That's just simply that. You see what I'm saying? Like, the Seahawks finally made a decision after messing up the Legion of Boom. They trade off Russell Wilson, a $250 million contract. Go slap Geno Smith in there, and then draft like 10 rookies that all time will turn out to be like dogs. You get Tariq Woolen, Kobe Bryant, you get Walker at running back. you able to you got the money to keep DK Metcalf. Now what happens? Geno Smith go out there and manage the game for $6 million and you're in the playoffs. Like that, it's just a smart move, bro. Like I know people will sit here and disagree all day, but the Eagles rookie contract quarterback $2 million. The 49ers rookie contract Brock Purdy $800,000. Like, dog, the two teams in the NFC that made it wasn't $40 million to Dak, wasn't $40 million to Kirk Cousins, wasn't $58 million to Aaron Rodgers. It was not nobody who spent a whole bunch of money. Las Vegas Vipers. Using the Game Pass. You think Geno gonna play good again? I think he'll do exactly what he's doing now. But think about it like this, Steven. Because they didn't overpay and they didn't reach and they was able to kill the draft. They only got him on the books for 3 years for like $30 million. He was comeback player of the year and they paid market price for him. He can start next year and do exactly what he did this year. They could make the playoffs again, and guess what? They could go middle of the round and draft whoever they want at quarterback to be the future. And then in the last year of his contract, there won't be any money there, and they can deal him just like the Titans. I expect them to do Tannehill. You deal your guy in the last year of his contract, get some small draft capital back and clear cap room. You see what I'm saying? Like, the quarterback you draft don't have the pressure to come in and win right now. They can sit for a year and get right. And then next year or the year after, you can deal him and it's no cap hit. You're not tied to $40 million. And if you did draft the first round quarterback, you're probably going to pay him like $7 or $8 million. So it's like it's probably cheaper than having a veteran quarterback. If you think about Jameis Winston and Baker Mayfield, Mariota, they're all getting $5 to $8 million this season. So it's not like you tied to a bunch of money. And you got quality backup. So if Geno Smith go down and the quarterback you draft winds up having to play, if you didn't have Geno Smith, you was going to have to play him anyways. If he turns out to be good, you do like the 49ers did, let Jimmy Garoppolo go, and then you can either keep Trey Lance or as a backup or let him compete to be a starter. Or right now, it's some teams that'll probably give up between the third and the sixth rounder for Trey Lance and take them $10 million off their hands. Which, I mean, if the Niners went out and did that and drafted a guy and got a veteran backup for a couple of $1 million, then what do they do next? They go spend $10 million on somebody else. Man, family been good, Jordan. I appreciate you, bro. My daughter been walking around tearing stuff up. Greg, Keith Thomas tighten up. He said, you think Lamar sits out till week 10 and go to a team that wants him? I think teams are playing the weight game to say they draft picks. See, some teams made that mistake last year. Like, it's a lot of talent in this draft. Ain't nobody willing to hedge the bet on their draft or their whole season waiting to see. And plus, it don't matter what a team would be kind of weird if they, like, let's say the Titans was like, okay, we was going to give up Derrick Henry in the first round or something, or whatever they was going to give up. The Ravens can just match it. You know what I'm saying? And then Derrick Henry looking like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could happen. I was saying before, Steven, 30 weeks in a day. Are you ready? You better get some ribs. 858, 268. To me, it just makes sense though. Like, show me a team that overpaying for a mid quarterback that worked out. May 25th. I know you ready. Is there Joe Flacco? They drafted Joe Flacco. The Panthers, the Falcons. I think the NFC South is going to be a competitive division, but what I'm saying is, I think personally, the Falcons, the Panthers, and the Buccaneers are going to win just as many games as the Saints next year, and the Saints going to have and spent all that money on Derek Carr. I truly think that Baker Mayfield will play just as well as Carr. I think if they draft Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud, the potential for them is higher than Carr. And I think Baker Mayfield for $8 million makes sense. They already got trashed. I mean, the Bucs could still take a quarterback. He a great value, Christian McCaffrey. He ain't Christian McCaffrey. He a great value, Christian McCaffrey. I ain't no CMC lover, but CMC is like CMC, Alvin Kamara. It's a couple guys that's like a little bit different. He said, I've been happy if the Raiders would have took Mayfield instead of Jimmy G. He said, I like not seeing the spell card. All right, look, I'm over here. I'm correcting now. Wait a minute.
Every so often in life, we're faced with challenges.
Oh, Pichelle, what up? Even say, wait a minute now. I'm just saying, like, all right, so let me ask a question. How do y'all feel y'all teams is doing with the offseason? What do you think is your team's best move? What do you think your team's worst move? You said DeAndre Hopkins? I ain't see that. It didn't come through. I mean, the Eagles got Mariota last night. What y'all think about that? Then they got Mariota as a backup for $5 million. What's crazy is right now, Mariota's getting paid more money than Jalen Hurts. That's wild, dog. Ricky deals. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, Ricky, like, they got Jalen Hurts and Mariota for $7 million right now as we speak. I'm gonna tell you something, Guru. If it's got to be something that happened. Like maybe Orlando Brown like got some kind of injury or something. Like you never know. The Patriots got Gesicki. That was big. Yeah, Penny gonna hit the hole and take off. Charles, Penny gonna hit the hole and go straight. Where's Odell going? Where is this guy going? Yo, Rich, I see flashes when he's healthy. From Nick Westbrook, I don't think any of us see that. I still think the worst move was getting rid of Waller, but money-wise, I can't be too upset. How I feel about the Titans all season? I feel like everything that's happened so far is something I expected, with the exception of Nick Westbrook. David Long left. Him and Vrabel didn't get along too tough. So you bring in Aziz, Alshire. Okay, that's a okay. I can see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see that. All right. We signed Dillard, the left tackle. We had so many issues at left tackle. We cut Taylor Lewan as expected. Ben Jones retired as expected. I thought they would re-sign Nate Davis, but they brought in Brunskill. Okay, all right. That's the same thing. All right, so we replaced and saved money at 2 spots on the offensive line. 3 spots. 3 spots on the offensive line we replaced and saved money. The question is, we knew that they was going to cut Bud Dupree after the deadline hit. We saved that money. The whole offseason is going to sit and rest on, are they going to re-sign Jeffrey Simmons, and are they going to move on from Tannehill? If they decide they're going to start Dillard at left tackle, that means that left guard is going to be a move that's going to be made either through free agency or the draft, or Dylan Radins could potentially come back off injury and play left tackle, or they're going to draft Paris Johnson at left tackle anyway and move Dillard inside to left guard. Outside of that, the only other thing is to wait and see if Jeffrey Simmons gets a deal similar to the Commanders, which would be about $90 million in about 4 years, which I have no problem giving to Jeff Simmons. We gave Jadeveon Clowney $20 million. I have no problem with them giving Jeff 20 plus million a year after cutting Bud Dupree. The $16 million for Bud Dupree winds up turning into Jeffrey Simmons' salary. So, with that the case, getting Arden Key for the same price as DeMarcus Walker is an upgrade. I liked all the moves we made. I understand if Aaron Brewer is going to play center, it saves $7 million from having Ben Jones retire. But at the end of the day, does Swain stay? Does Hooper stay? Do you re-sign Jeff? And what do they do with Tannehill? I'm of the opinion, I believe in the rumors that Tannehill is tied to Aaron Rodgers. I think and I believe if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Jets, Tannehill will wind up being a backup / starting option to go with Love in Green Bay. I feel it'll clear $20 million in cap space, and the Titans will wind up with some mid-level draft picks and some cash free. Wide receivers, what the Titans most need. They need wide receiver, but it's not most needed. Most needed was to fix the offensive line and to choose a direction to go with a new offensive coordinator. What you going to do at quarterback? Are you going to ride Tannehill out, or are you going to go with Malik Willis or somebody else? That decision looms heavy on what receivers you actually able to get. Because without fixing the offensive line, it don't matter if Tom Brady is the quarterback in Nashville. Another big decision is you got safeties, you got edge now. You're probably still going to draft the edge. You got more depth at linebacker. What are you doing at cornerback? Caleb Farley has not been healthy since we drafted him as a first-round pick. It's his last year. Christian Fulton is in his last year, and he's cornerback 1. So what do? You need a cornerback. You need receivers. If you're going to move on from your tight ends, you're going to need to replace like physical style tight ends. You're going to need a running back to play behind Derrick Henry. Hassan Haskins did not do it last year. Dontrell Hilliard is good when he's healthy. He hasn't stayed healthy. The Titans got a lot of holes, but I'm telling you, if they move Tannehill and make the right decision, like the Titans will be ready to make that move next year. No, it's a GM. We still got the same coach. This is the main Jarvis. I'm not playing no real game. This is challenger. We just talking football. Someone out there, you paying Nick Westbrook money to add speed and do more on the field. That's why I say if he taking like a league minimum or something, and he's just a depth level guy, I ain't mad. But if they ain't have intentions on him being a big part of the game plan, then I'm gonna be sick. He said, "What are your upside, win count, and bad side?" I think we'll play 500 football. Titans always like a 500 football type team. It don't matter who out there next year. It's gonna be 500 football. The Texans, the Jaguars, and the Colts will all be better than they was last year, along with the Titans. The Titans roster, the beginning of the season, was dog shit. How we was at 7-3, 10 games into the season before Tannehill got hurt, nobody has a clue. Imagine the Titans had just beat the Packers on the road. We're 7-3. Todd Downing, our offensive coordinator, gets a DUI, and our general manager gets fired all in 1 week. And next thing you know, we getting flooded by the Eagles. And Traylon Burks is back hurt. And Tannehill's hurt. EJ, what up? Like, that was like the biggest swing of events for Titans as far as emotion. Here's this trash roster, and we're sitting at 7-3, like miles above everybody in the division. And then, lo and behold, what happened? Lo and behold, what happened? Like the wheels come unglued. You go 8 weeks without winning a game and lose out on 3 straight years as a division winner. So I might get a TV I might do that this year. You had to be, EJ. Yeah, no receivers, dog. Choice designers, Jermaine James. Like, the Titans need somebody that people have to actually, like, when they had AJ Brown, you had to really worry about, like, selling out. You had to really worry about selling out to stop Henry, because if you sold out and AJ got behind the defense or he got on one of them dig routes, like, he's going to burn you for a touchdown and one person ain't going to tackle him. But when you took him away, it's like there's nothing there to say we shouldn't stack the box and make somebody catch it downfield. Like, there's the path to least resistance. It's like it was last year. It was no consequence of putting 10, 11 people at the line of scrimmage and say throw the ball. Because, like, none of the even when Malik Willis threw good passes, outside of the tight ends, there wasn't a receiver that stepped up and made catches. Like, Robert Woods, like, had no separation in any games. Like, the Texans giving him money. Like, I'm happy for him as a person, but, like, dogs just don't get open like that. Like, if it's a play action and he wide open, zone beater, yeah. But man coverage, he ain't getting open. Like, the dude is gonna be draped on top of him when he's coming out of his route. But see, the year we had AJ and Julio, we was the number one seed, because when teams did that and Tannehill only had to burn you once before you start being like, oh shit. The years before that, it's like we had Jonnu Smith and AJ Brown. Like, Jonnu Smith would burn, you know, AJ and Corey Davis would get open. And they only need to really beat you like one good time because the way the Titans play, they're going to play ball control. They're going to run the ball and clock you and play good defense. So it's like, if Derrick Henry get a touchdown and AJ burn you, and then just off a field position, they get a field goal, the Titans can was scoring like 30 points a game that season when Arthur Smith was the offensive coordinator. Just because, like, based off field position, the Tennessee Titans was like, with Derrick Henry picking up a couple first downs and AJ getting open a couple times, or Jonnu Smith, like, the Titans was gonna be in field goal range pretty much every possession, because that's a healthy Bud Dupree, a healthy Harold Landry, a healthy Jeffrey Simmons, a healthy Byard. There was Jack Rabbit, Christian Fulton, Buster Strand, Elijah Molden, all the secondary, Amani Hooker, everybody was healthy. So it's like the Titans wouldn't give up no points. They could score points. They just wasn't explosive. It's just not a team that's going to score 40 or 50 points, or in the high 30s. But, you know, just off field position, they're going to give you a couple touchdowns and a field goal a half. And when you took that away, Derrick Henry still get his. Derrick Henry had 2,000 all-purpose yards last year coming off an injury, but there's no receiver that had 500 yards receiving. All the highest, like, stat-wise receivers on the team was running backs and tight ends last year. Like, it's just check downs, because it's nobody that's gonna get. It's nobody you had to worry about beating you deep. Put it that way. It's sad though. It's tough to watch it, because it's like coming into an off season. If you know that, like, how hard is it to put a roster? That's why people are so upset about Nick Westbrook. Not because we don't like him, it's because, man, can we get somebody that like next year, if it's the Colts, Texans, or the Jags, and they see Nick Westbrook roll out there, none of them are worried about, like, not one of them teams is sitting there thinking like he's gonna beat us deep. You know what I'm saying? It's like, he's out there. Like if he beat us, it's okay. Like I don't want players like that. That like if he beat us, it's a surprise. Like nah, I need people saying we need the game plan this week because there's let me just use for example like we'll just use the Eagles. There's AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. There got to be a game plan to figure out how you're gonna stop them receivers from getting open. If you playing the Chiefs, you got to worry about how you're gonna slow down Kelsey and not let all the other receivers just cook you and get open all game. John Madden, if they drop a Jeffrey Simmons, I'll put Jeffrey Simmons back inside and take John Madden and put it at D end. He'd be less AP than Clowney. Cause you could put no outsiders and edge straight elite on John Madden for 1 AP, and then I get an AP back from Clowney. The Jeffrey Simmons when it dropped probably 0 AP. I mean, just look at Bottle last night. He had 1,700 on Facebook and 4,000 on YouTube. You know how people come and telling me that they don't know about their partnership, they can't multi-stream. Nigga, you smoking. Like there's 25,000 people got laid off from Facebook this in the 12 months. There's nobody there even look. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, as long as you do your hours, multi-streaming is not an issue. So for me, it's like, get YouTube monetized. My Twitch is monetized. I try to grow on Twitch because Madden and Apex has, in GTA, the games I play have good audiences, bigger audiences on that platform than in my own. So if Kelly Kills got the right sauce, he do his daytime stream on Facebook and his nighttime stream on Twitch. It's very simple. Eventually, he's gonna be like double partner, and then somebody's gonna say, okay, so what's wrong with him doing 20 hours on Facebook and 20 hours on Twitch? Like, it's just simple, bro. Like, that's the long-term goals. To put yourself in a position to where like your community will go between the major sites. I think like Kick, Trovo, all them places is good while it lasted, but ultimately it should just be used as tools that people are watching. I could grow an audience there and get into my main content. Yeah, I mean, Rich, like, they don't know, bro. Like, people be making it seem like it's a big thing. It's really not. Them folks, as long as they get their money in, like, the exclusive, like, people talk about the exclusive contracts and stuff with Facebook. I'll be like, dog, the only way that they be worried about something like that is if they paying like Z-Laner or Neymar or somebody hundreds of thousands of dollars for exclusive, and they needing them people to abide by their contract. The regular content creator, they don't care about. I know people may think they do, but they don't. Bacon with the raid. Shout out to Bacon the OG. We just in here talking NFL all season. This is just a short stream before I do some family stuff this weekend. TBH. Man, that Roger Saffold card ain't even on the market. convince me. "60 touchdowns in 4 years is an average of 15 touchdowns per season. He averages 15 touchdowns per season passing. How is this a $40 million guy that's going to lead you to the Super Bowl? He's not even going to win a division. You think